Werewolf by Night, I got you, Wolfpack. This is Michael Giacchino's one-shot. And originally I thought it was going to be a whole-ass series. Oh, and by the way, this is the best-looking Werewolf by Night cover I've ever seen. Like, this cover I actually like better than any of the Red Band covers. And I seriously thought this was going to be the same art style for the interior. Well, fuck it, I'll take what I could get. But we pick up with the symbolism of a ticking clock. Who has ticked their last talk? As Jack reads his journal, talking about his curse and his mindset of if he's a man haunted by a monster or a monster pretending to be a man. And I like this shot too, David Messina on the art style. But Jack wakes up hungover as usual in the steel confine. But he notices blood on the floor and he's all like, what the hell? This isn't my blood. How the hell did it get here? How the hell do I get out of here? Because when he presses the access code for the door to open, it just doesn't work. He gets pissed and he starts punching the thing, but the doorknob turns and it opens up. And Jack gets shocked as fuck. He's all like, what the hell? No, it can't be. It's the motherfucking Count Dracula. And even he's surprised. He's all like, oh, you're awake? Interesting. And that's when Jack notices, this ain't my safe room. How the hell do you have control over my kind, suckhead? Back the fuck off, K9. Longer than you would like, shorter than you deserve. Because the cage must feel like freedom if the beast is to remain inside. Dracula lets Jack know that the subconscious is a strange thing, that he dreams in symbols, fractured memories, misplaced fears, and all that shit. And Jack understands that he created a controlled habitat, and that he's using them for a weapon of war. He's basically been training them every full moon, so Dracula's up to some shit. But a full moon's coming, Jack has to think fast, break free. He has to become something stronger, but the monster inside him always wins this war. Oh shit, it's too late, he's changing. But as he's changing, he hears a voice in his head, telling him to stay calm, quiet, present. And for the first time in his cursed life, the transformation stalls! And when I read this panel, I knew exactly where it was going. This is what I wanted. I wanted him to have two forms, one man-wolf form, and then a more beastly primal form. It's the only way you can make Jack a big enough threat from having like a fair fight with people like Sabretooth or the Predator to absolutely ripping them to shreds. And Jack's feeling pretty hype as Dracula walks in. He's all like, but how? Oh, fuck it, I'll take what I could get. Time for the 1v1, bitch. Dracula's trying to command him to sleep, but it doesn't work. Half Jack leaps at his ass. But Dracula's just too damn fast and ancient. He has a lot of experience. He just fucking bitch slaps him, pie faces him. But Jack is able to think and plan now. Second attempt, he takes the chain, runs behind Dracula, chokes his ass, and throws his ass against the wall. He has time to escape, so he dips the fuck out. But he smells another werewolf close by. It's the bigger, more primal werewolf that he saw in his dreams. But then Dracula pulls back up. Kill the useless half-beast. Curse against curse, and it attacks him. Bites his ass on the shoulder, giving Jack the business. But he ain't no slouch, he uppercuts his ass. And then he hears the voice in his head, Jack, move. As suddenly the whole fucking place is burning on fire. And then he finds out it was Man-Thing all along, communicating with his ass. But Jack has to remain centered. He can't let his instincts take over, because he sees him as a non-threat, so he decides to help him. And Man-Thing's a gentle giant, so he just gives him a thumbs up, as Jack breaks the chains. But then Dracula pulls back up again, giving out commands, obey me. But Man-Thing can show you better than he can tell you. He walks up, grabs Dracula, sets his ass on fire with his flames, and it actually damages him too. He's like, oh shit, I gotta get the fuck out of here. He turns into a bat, flies away. I'll be back, motherfuckers! Jack and Man-Thing are basically boys now. They're free. And it was because of Man-Thing that Jack was able to control his transformation halfway. But he can still feel the other werewolf out there. Dracula wasn't just containing them, he was collecting them. He knew something's coming, so he's building a squad to survive it. And then we got this short story, A Howling Nightmare. And it's with the wolf pack! Jack Russell, the werewolf by night, Lisa Russell, the were-demon by night, and Jake Gomez, the Hopi Res werewolf. And Nightmare's the one over here controlling them. They're his dogs of fear. But first he needs their human selves to surrender to him by breaking their will. He's making them trip out, hallucinate, causing their monster forms to attack them. But Jack's all like, we're at peace with what we are. We see our reflections every day. So just come and fucking try us. Cause we the Wolfpack by night, motherfucker. And that's an epic ass name. Oh, so much potential for these comics. I want both of these to span into a series. But we ain't done yet. We cover in Crypt of Shadows 2022. And I was bummed we didn't have one for this year. And we pick up in New York City with Jake and Molly trick-or-treating. And then they got an invite to the biggest Halloween party of the year. Werewolf by Moon Night. I love these names. But they're greeted by a butler who knows Jake's full name, which is already kind of sus. Because he's a fucking werewolf himself. Look at this panel. I love this art style. I want to see more of these types of werewolves. The butler thinks that the boss is going to replace him with Jake, so he wants to kill his ass first. Jake accepts the challenge. That was a cheap shot, but you ain't going to get another one of those, bitch. 1v1, let's get wicked. And Jake's fur in here is brown instead of silver. Look at this action panel. Amazing. They're fucking tearing it up. And Jake's getting the upper hand. And then the butler tries to make a play for Molly. She stabs his ass. Get your fucking paws off me, dirtbag. And then Moon Knight busts through the window. Shit's getting chaotic. Alright, werewolf, you howled your last. Wait, there's 2 of them? I was told there's 2 travelers that need protection. Then Molly's all like, we're the good guys, it's that one. Get the hell out of here then, kids. Molly and Jake just fucking book it back to the hotel as Moon Knight hangs up the dirtbag werewolf. And then we got Crypt of Shadows 2023. I was loving these comics, I had all the covers. A soul worth hunting, and we're picking back up with Jack Russell and his man-wolf style. And this is where he met his most formidable ally. It's the motherfucking Hulk, bitch, and he's caught in a trap. And this is a nice looking panel also. But Jack frees him. And all shit, Kraven the Hunter's here on the scene. It was a double trap all along. The tranquilizers in Hulk's system are derived from cone snail venom, and he's using a weapon called the Imperium Blade. He didn't anticipate the werewolf, but now the blade is gonna taste both of them. But he chose the wrong 2 beasts for a 2v1, because Jake bites his fucking hand, and Hulk just grabs his ass and flings him. And this is the day 2 monsters saved each other. And he actually learned a lesson from Hulk, because he didn't want to change back after Kraven left. Ending with Crypt of Shadows 2024. This was my favorite cover with Wanda on it. And this is called Monster Games. In here, Jack is living in a utopian underground city called Monster Metropolis. And as he's transforming, somebody threw a fucking spear at his ass. Oh, it's Kraven again? Don't you ever fucking learn? We've been through this before. But look at the artwork on this panel. The way Werewolf is drawn here makes him look fucking savage. But Kraven's throwing the whole refrigerator at Jack, and then he pulls out a fucking crossbow. So Jack needs to run for a little bit to gain some distance. But then fucking Blade the Daywalker shows up. Holy shit, it's a party now. And he's basically here playing referee, but he hits his ass with a smoke grenade, stuns him for a bit. He chases Jack and finds a dead body of what looks like Rhino. And then Werewolf jumps out like a savage, slices his back up. But Kraven gets a stab in, and then Blade shows up again. And Jack just calls him Switchblade. Motherfucker, get my name right. Follow me if you want to live. And it jumped down into a pit right in the middle of a fucking vampire fight club. This is an epic ass team up. I always wanted to see Blade and Werewolf team up together and shit. Even Kraven jumps down, joins in on the fight, but he's getting bum rushed and overwhelmed. Enough time for snarling ass Jack to run up and teach his ass a fucking lesson he'll never forget. Bitch, this is for intruding on our domain for sport. Sick ass panel, dude. And then Blade invites him to a cryptid dive bar, so they go have some drinks, and they leave bloody ass Kraven left for dead. A proper werewolf fix for the Wolfpack by Night out there. And I heard they're shooting a sequel to the Werewolf by Night movie. Fuck yeah, dude, we eating good. Can't wait to see it, can't wait to cover it. See ya.